IB at TCMS by Peyton and Cerise Archer.
This is Tates Creek Middle School, an IB school, home of the Commodores.
These are the IB traits that consist of at Tates Creek Middle School. To see what it was like at an IB school such as Tates Creek Middle School, we decided to interview a few of the teachers that worked here and ask them a few questions.
What would you say makes this school IB?
Well, as a IB school, we try to teach kids about the holistic approach, being global citizens. So we want to make sure that our students are aware of not only what's happening here in our hallways, but also in our community, and then beyond Lexington, and how we can better serve the world and make it a better place.
Why is it important to go to an IB school?
But like I said, the difference in us is that we're not test-driven. We really focus on developing well-rounded students that are ready to excel in that global society. So the importance of being here versus another school would be the exposure that we give you to all sorts of content and subject areas.
Okay, and what would you learn from IB that you can use in real life?
Oh, the real life is, as I said, understanding the world and knowing that when you walk in and respecting people and their perspectives, and the different perspectives that each of us can have, and understanding that it's okay to be different and still get along with one another.
What would you say makes this school IB?
I would say our school is IB because we encourage students to learn through inquiry, and we encourage students to embody the learner profile traits and think about things in terms of global contexts, and also try to connect the different disciplines and areas of study so that kids are transferring information and learning from one topic to another.
What IB traits are used in this library?
In this library, we use our summer reading to encourage kids to think about the learner profile. And then I also encourage learner profile traits like be a risk taker, try a new genre, or here's how you can be caring and principled in the library. Also, teaching the ATL skills of research is a very important part of what we do here in the library, and encouraging students to research ethically.
Okay, why is it important to go to an IB school?
I think that hopefully when you're in an IB school, you're going to be learning to be globally minded, so you're more sensitive to other cultures and other people's different ways of thinking. And I also think it hopefully teaches you to be a thinker and not just sit and get and memorize, but actually really internalize and think about what you're learning.
And for the final question, what do you learn from IB that you can use in real life?
Certainly the learner profile traits are huge in that, and also just learning about other cultures and being globally minded and using that to become a more empathetic and caring and understanding person.
Okay, thank you.
Here are just a few examples of IB traits that are part of the IB learner profile that Ms. Calico has talked about that is shown throughout the library and also throughout the whole school. As we take a deeper look into IB, we take a look at some encore classes at Tates Creek Middle School that represent the IB learner traits and IB as a whole.
Physical education here at Tates Creek Middle School gives an opportunity for 6th through 8th grade kids to come down and play at our amazing football field, and shows them that physical education is as important as their other classes with the teaching of IB.
When our football field is not available, or it is too cold to go outside, we have our amazing gymnasium to occupy our students. What would you say makes this school school an IB school?
I think our purposeful planning with IB units and IB lessons definitely does. We have put a lot of effort forth to make sure we have interdisciplinary lessons and make sure that we touch on things in the global community as well as our own. Our service projects and attention to things that are happening outside of just our own little world are really important, and I think happen regularly here.
What do you do to make your classroom IB?
First of all, French is one of the 3 languages that international baccalaureate programs are taught in, so that alone puts it into the category. It's also one of the key components of IB, world languages are. So because French is spoken in more places than any other language, we're very easily able to have lessons that incorporate communities outside of our own, the global community, and also interdisciplinary lessons within French are a big part of what we do.
Why is it important to go to an IB school?
I think IB can do a lot for people. We offer more classes than regular schools. Kids are able to experience things that they can't in a school that's not IB. You also graduate with a second diploma. There are scholarships that are specifically for IB. So whatever advanced program you choose, of course, is going to help you with college, but IB is definitely one of those that does that.
And finally, for our last question, what do you learn from IB that you can use in real life?
One of the most important parts of IB is a holistic education, which teaches to the whole person, which prepares you for things outside of just inside what we do here in the school. So I think IB does a great job of showing and teaching through real life experiences, so that when people leave an IB school, they're more prepared than they would be in a traditional school.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Here, cheese. The Gruyere was on the French onion soup too. I'll tell you this. Gruyere is clean. What is the difference between a parmesan and a monsieur?
Parmesan with a name.
No egg with a monsieur. Egg with a name.
You know, in America, this would be like a ham and Swiss or like ham and cheddar.
But actually, that kills ham and cheddar.
We really try to, as teachers, and instill international mindedness with our students. We have an emphasis on ensuring that different cultures are represented and that we're looking through different perspectives and lenses of different cultures as well.
How do you apply IB traits to your classroom?
In my classroom, we use the design cycle, the IB design cycle, to create products and solve problems. So we go through the inquiry phase first, where we ask questions and research, then we develop a plan, a solid plan, before we then create the problem or the solution, and then we evaluate whether or not it was effective at the end.
Why is it important to go to an IB school?
I think it's important to go to an IB school because my favorite thing about an IB school really is the fact that every content and subject area is equally important. So I think at other schools, content areas like math or language arts really get all of this attention or money or things behind it to support it, whereas at an IB school, we really support the notion that physical education is just as important as to the whole student as more of those academic subjects. So I really appreciate that about it.
What do you learn from IB that you can use in real life?
Oh, I think you can learn, well, for the design cycle for sure, for me, it was really applicable to my own life, to ensuring that I'm really thinking out the process of whatever I'm making at home or whatever problem that I'm trying to solve. But it's also made me more attuned to the perspectives of other people and really understanding the news in an international way and things like that, and pulling those important things into my classroom to facilitate or kind of enhance my curriculum. So.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now that we've taken a look at encore classes at TCMS, we'll now take a look at core classes, which are a different style of class, but they still teach the IB traits.
There's sigma, and it means right here. This means the sum of. This is the mean, and n is the number of values. If it's a sample size, then we subtract from 1. If it's not a sample, then we just have n with no number. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we need to find the mean of this. So
Socks are in your head. Deformation. Transformation. In the Grand Canyon.
We can work things out. Okay, so we can all solve problems. Let's go ahead and get to work. I'm going to be wandering around. I'll answer any questions. Maybe you guys can help spark ideas in each other. But I'll be wondering if you guys need any help.
What makes this school IB?
Well, we have Commodore time every Monday that goes over different IB traits on how to be a good person, how to be culturally sensitive, how to be a thinker, inquirer, and so we do that school-wide so everybody has those skills, and then we also embed them in the classroom as well.
Okay, and how do you embed IB skills in your classroom?
Well, we try to read literature that is different culturally, makes you think about bigger ideas and moral aspects. We also, with my 8th graders, I don't know if the 7th graders did this year or not, we did like an online pen pal thing where you could talk to people from different nationalities and kind of get their ideas when you answer questions and things like that. So just deeper thinking.
And why is it important to go to an IB school?
Well, it's important to go to an IB school so you can think in different ways, because if you can think about different cultures and the way that people do things and actually want to learn about different things, it's going to help you in the real world and not just like in the bubble of school. So having it incorporated helps.
So what can you learn from IB that you use in real life?
Well, how to be culturally sensitive, how to understand different places in the world, and just basically wanting to get to a deeper problem-solving place.
All right, thank you. Our teachers try to make learning at this IB school engaging